Hello, please come in, pass me a second. Speaker, please go inside. Go inside. Hello. Get on here. All the group, the bus group, everyone come up please.
One day PO.
Okay, everyone, welcome to Penang Purana Convention. This house is exactly 120 years ago. Okay, it is built in 1894. Okay, the original owner of this house is Mr. Chong Keng Kui. Okay, what you see down here, the building, the structure, the flooring, everything is original. Okay, this handsome young man is touching name embossed on the pillar there. Okay, the floor tiles is actually from Stoke-on-Trent, England. Okay, you're talking about master carpenters from China to carve all this to you. Okay, his main core of business is tin mining. Second, he's the mediator between the Westerners and the Chinese. Third, all the handsome young men, you want to do this business? Please see Mr. Sim at 5:30. Okay, opium. Drugs. This one is a drug lord. Do not let his outer appearance fool you. This is actually a well-established drug lord. Okay, guys, that's the main hall. The main door. Okay, and this is the dining hall. Okay, we have 4 rooms downstairs here. We have 4 rooms upstairs. Okay, upstairs are in fact the bedrooms. The original owner has 4 wives, 16 children.
Wow.
Okay, come. Handsome young man, come. Okay, let's say this handsome young man is a rich man in those days. Rich, he is allowed to have a lot of wives. Okay, in those days, you think no, you put all the wives in one house, the men down to catch. So it is 1 wife, 1 house. It depends on his capability. If he's wealthy, he can have many. Yes, that means many wives.
So this is one house
1 house
and one wife.
1 wife. Okay, you have the ancestral hall at the back. You have the guys want to go into the jewelry collection. That is additional 10 ringgit charge. Okay, come. We'll go to the ancestral hall. Come. Correct.
这间120年，他想完了，就用这里拍家嘛。这间不简单了，不简单。这间呢，外面是很冰层，只有2间，全冰层，这种土色的，还有一间是蓝路，蓝路也是假皮干，你看，那个双门是已经留到现在。那个天井就是。
You want to cut ties with them. Number 3, since you sold the place where they dwell, at night they come and see you. So if you want to do that, please, by all means, you want to do that. Okay? Over here, you can see as your family tree. Elders on top and then the next generation below. On top of that, there is also a statue of the original. Okay, you guys are what group? Super bikers or what?
Bikers.
Okay, all bikers come. Bikers come. Cái đó lại.
Mấy kia.
Long Zong lại cái đó. Everyone young and old. Okay, actually all young only. The one 16, please go home.
16 here. That one 8.
This one young is young.
This one then is young.
No, this one old.
14.
Okay, this is the statue of this is Mr. Chong Keng Hui. He is actually standing up, not sitting down. Okay, kan? Let's go ahead. His eldest son, his wives, every man's name on that.
I also want to know.
Go ahead. Whenever a woman says no, she says yes. Okay? That means he can actually, all the wives can actually go shopping anytime. Okay? Do not take my word for it. I'll show you his money. His money is actually, that's the money he printed. Very simple. The father, Mr. Chong Keng Hui, is a tin miner. Also a middleman between the Westerners and the tin opium. Okay? Do you think that the son is capable to print his own money? With all his father's wealth, okay, he's able to print money because of his father's connection. He is a capitan. The son is also a capitan. Okay. So, what consider it? Okay. Today's term, today's layman's term. But in those days, is if the emperor never sent an officer down here, everything is you say. Whatever you say is the law. Okay? In those days, it's like that. In those days, you have to go back, way back in time. Public toilet in Penang is like this. I'm sorry to say no more. This is another thing in progress. Gone already? The place of this is actually a block of condominium. Okay, we Chinese have a saying, family wealth do not last more than 3 generations. So that means grandfather starts the business, father maintains the business, grandchildren.
Makan.
So that one number 3, generation number 3. You answer the question. So, moral of this story is very simple. We need to train our children very well in order to keep our family well for another generation. Not the second generation. You earn and spend. Okay, now descendants of the original owner. Okay. Like I said earlier, ancestral hall is something that you can't sell. But if you want to sell an ancestral hall, you are actually asking for trouble. It is something that is spiritual, not built in. Okay. So this still belongs to them. Okay. The house was sold in the year 2000 for only 2 million a year. In the year 2000, 2 juta sahaja. Okay. Now that house is valued at 18 million ringgit. 14 years. It belongs to my boss, by the name of Mr. Peter Sun, who has no ties to the original owner. Okay, whatever you see in that house, when he bought over, is an empty shell. No furniture, no nothing. It's actually an empty shell only. The furniture that you see in that house belongs to him. The furniture that you see here belongs to the descendants of the original owner. Including the jewelry, including everything there. Okay, it belongs to my boss. Okay.
Jewelry belongs to your boss.
What kind of people is your boss?
My boss is actually, but the thing is this, in those days, handsome young man comes from China. Okay, in those days, traveling time is not 6 hours, it's 6 months. Okay, so when he come down here, whether he makes the journey or not, okay, that's another question. Let's just gain a fortune to go back again. In that time, when he come over here, this one air cow. Okay, he left his first wife in China. Okay, first wife come.
Normally left in China, first wife.
Normally, first wife is always in China.
Yeah.
Okay, in those days when you travel, you do not bring your baggage. In other words, you don't bring your husband and wife, your wives and children. Okay, you come down alone. Okay, now TLC in China already, right? At night cannot sleep. No people to hug. Boys will be boys, men will be men. So he find new one. So he find this one. This one, second wife. This one follow first, huh? Okay, he married this one. Let's say she is of Islam faith. Okay. Do you think when he marries her, does he need to convert or does he need to circumcise? Okay, in those days, no circumcision. That means in those days when you take a Islam wife, your wife follows your culture and your religion. In those days. Not now. Now if you marry her, that's the end of you. Okay, no more, sorry. But in those days, he maintains his culture and tradition. Okay? The title of Peranakan actually belongs to his children. If they have a son, he's known as a Baba. If they have a daughter, she's known as a Nyonya. Okay? So that is how Peranakan comes about. The only country in the world that require by law, or shall I say compulsory, okay, when you marry a Muslim lady, you have to convert. It's only in Malaysia. Other parts of the world, not so much. You still can actually choose. So only Malaysia only. Only Malaysia only. Even in Saudi also, you can still pick and choose. Even your children, when you have children, your children can still pick and choose who they want to follow, the father or the mother. Okay? The children will follow the father in culture and tradition. The children will follow the mother in food, clothing and language. Peranakans all started from Malacca itself before they venture down to Singapore, Penang and also Phuket. Yes, Phuket also has Peranakan. Okay, guys, come. We'll go to the kitchen and after that you guys can go off on your own and take pictures. The best option is to keep all one wife, one house. Safer, we live longer. Not all the men here will die. You put all your wives in one house, you sendiri mencari pasar. Okay, come. Boss. Okay. For a private visit in 2010. Okay, all bikers, you can go. This place is actually your dance hall, entertainment hall in those days. Not in this condition, in those days, no aircon. Okay, no. Just whole entire building. Yeah, back in those days also, you all asked me, the ancestral hall still belongs to the family. The house was sold off. But you all never asked me why. The reason why they sold the house off very simple. 4 wives, 16 children. Maintenance is very high. Got 6 wives. When it comes to inheritance, I don't care whether you're good brothers or sisters, everyone will fight. The English really have a statement. Money is root to all evil. So, I sell off the property, divide equally, fair and square. Another reason that you can look into it, why I sold the house is 1941, World War II. Okay? When the Japanese arrived, if you are rich, you would have fled the country. You would only return after the war. So my question is, after the war, still rich or not? So you are really broke already. So broke already, do you think you can maintain the house or not? So the house was left abandoned 70 to 80 years. Wow. So when you mean an abandoned house, that means the condition of the house, it is always, some parts of it is already gone. Okay. When you go upstairs, okay, on your own, you would see, if you look up, the ceiling is completely new. Okay, the original ceiling gone already. Okay. So when you go upstairs, you have to remove your shoes. Only your shoes, clothing stay on. Don't go up the staircase, you move everything, then everyone right. Okay, come. Kitchen. Originally, in those days, there are no toilets in the house. Okay, the toilet is actually out of the house, including the kitchen is also out of the house. That is why a toilet is known as a outhouse. Okay? Yes. And notice during the night you use chamber pot. Yes, chamber pot for number 1 business and number 2 business. And on top of that is unisex. So in those days, if you drop your bomb or you decided to take a leak, once you do that, then you cover up and you ring the gong and you ask the servants to come in, clear it for you. In those days, the servants are the ones who clear it for you. Nowadays, you pee and poo, you yourself pour. Okay, so now this one here, toilet got chamber pot one. So everybody.
So how? We link later.
This one got chamber pot one. This one got chamber pot one. So you make sure you want to go toilet after you settle like this. You should take it pour. Okay, come.
Don't take the pail away though.
I want to go and see the
Bring your own pot in.
DIY.
All the young ladies here.
Actually, they are old.
Young man lah. This one young one. This one also young man.
Young man.
Your one set. You have your crockeries. No, In those days, one set of a crockery means 400 to 1,000 pieces, exactly like what you see here. From here all the way to there. Yes, this is one set.
Wow.
In those days, if you are rich, you would have 3 sets for 3 different usage. One for happy occasion, one for sad occasion, which is pesu or death or funeral. Okay. Another one for daily usage. So this is actually for Chinese New Year, birthdays. Okay. Colorful ones are actually for China. There are no duplicate copies like nowadays. Nowadays you break never mind, but duplicate copy you can buy yourself. Same exact one, but the problem is this: whether it's original or not, that's another matter. Okay? In those days, this.
Oh, yeah, that's the one.
Hui.
Don't worry, this one is for children. Okay, adult ones are bigger. You can also. One. Come. Okay, guys, this kitchen would have 3 to 5 stoves like this. In those days, it is firewood, not gas. If you use gas, you can take it out and put firewood. But if you put firewood, please, you need to open it up. If not, you'll kill everyone here. Okay, before I leave you guys for you to go and take your pictures, come, everyone follow me here first. Let you guess. This one you can use it to boil chicken.